5 o'clock. Thank you so much for joining me today. I can't believe it's Friday already. So go and grab your cup of whatever or glass of whatever. Hi, Lane. And we're going to have a quick catch up on this week's goings on. Now, I'm shaking it up a little bit today and killing 2 birds with 1 stone, and I'll tell you why. So it's the last day of the month, and for the last couple of months I've done an unboxing video so people can get an idea of what's in the monthly membership boxes and guess what we're going to be making. And I haven't posted the video yet for various reasons. However, I thought I'll just do it live today and show everybody what's in the box. So that's what I'm going to do. So nearly everybody has had the boxes now. So if you have not had your box, then maybe don't watch. Or if you don't mind seeing it like this, then that's fine. The reason that I was late is I picked up this book. Fascinating. I've had it for years. And I just was having a tidy round in preparation for chatting to you guys. And I just picked this up and I got sucked in. And it's about a stitch in time and the benefits of picking things, fixing things before they get too bad. But the bit that I was just reading before when I realised it was after 5 o'clock was to do with how to wash things. And the book itself, I think I got it from Edinburgh Castle. I don't know when specifically it was written. It's a reproduction of a book, which is based on how to do things, and it's after the war, but I don't know if it's the First War or the Second War. But one of the things on here it said was it'll save on coupons, and I thought, wow, we just don't understand what that's like, do we? That people used to have coupons for things. I can't remember what the coupon it was that they were referring to, but I was just like, that's just crazy. And some of the things that, so the thing that I was looking at just now was how to wash materials, and it's talking about soap flakes and washing them basically by hand, so there's no washing machine involved. Cottons and linens, separate your whites from your colours. Well, I think we kind of know that, although I don't always do it. Whites are safely boil washed, but other things can't be. Make a lather of soap in hot water and be sure all the particles of soap or powder are dissolved. Squeeze firmly in the suds, rubbing the very dirty bits with soap. Rinse thoroughly to get all soap out and dry whites in the sun until only slightly damp. And then it goes on to talk about coloured. Then wash your colours so that they're not going to then like dye the whites if you put them in after. But they must be dried in the shade so that the colours don't get bleached by the sun. So that was as far as I got. And I just kind of picked it up and went, ooh. So I haven't read it from the beginning. Well, I probably have when I bought it. But yeah, quite interesting. Unpick and Knit Again is one of the other chapters. It's about lengthening and shortening garments, so that might be quite useful. New life for old woolies. Got to be careful how you say that. So yeah, so I might put a little thing on my page with just a little snippet from this book, just for a little trip down memory lane, and possibly an eye-opener for some of us about how hard things used to be and how resourceful people used to be. Because we are definitely a bit of a throwaway society now. And although a lot of people are getting back into making, whether it be knitting, crocheting or sewing things, I think there is still quite a big element of impulse buying, cheap items that you wear twice and then it goes to charity shop or whatever. But you know, charity shop's a good place for it to go as an alternative because somebody else can then get the use out of it. So yeah, so I was not planning to talk to you about that today, but that's just kind of like happened. So what we're going to talk about in a minute, once I tell you how I'm getting on with my new cross stitch / old cross stitch, we're going to open the box. So let's do that now. Hi, Julie. And hi, Elaine. Okay, so before I open the box, and you have to guess what it's going to be, although you will find out tomorrow, for those of you that are in the group. This is the new old cross stitch. So I am delighted with how this is working out. It's taken me a wee bit longer than I anticipated because I've not been able to commit to spending as much time on it as I would have liked to recently. However, it's fine. I'm still enjoying it, which is the main thing. I'll show you what it's meant to look like when it's finished. So I've literally just got to do this bit here and this bit here. I'm putting off doing this bit because the letters are basically like negative space. So the white S is actually got no stitches in it, and you've created the shape by stitching around it. So that involves thinking quite a lot. So I haven't got to that bit yet, but I'm enjoying it, and I plan to frame it and possibly put it up next to the other one which hasn't been framed yet. But we'll maybe get them both framed at the one time. So that's working pretty well. And then let me just get it back in the bag. And then if I swizz you around a little bit, I'm not sure if this will work. Let's see. This is my setup. So little mini Elna ironing station. And the plan is for tomorrow, because I have a day tomorrow, depending on how much I get done tonight, because I've still got some stuff to do for the members for tomorrow, but depending on how much progress I make tonight, the plan for tomorrow is some selfish sewing. And I'm going to do a bit more on the Buttercup quilt. So just a quick recap on the Buttercup quilt. The Buttercup quilt is a free pattern from Tilda, and it's called the Buttercup Basic Quilt. And as I have said previously, I'm going to repeat myself, basic does not mean easy, okay? This is not beginners, although I didn't realise that when I started it. Because you know, sometimes it will say whether it's beginners, intermediate or advanced. Basic could be beginners. No, basic is the name of the actual collection of fabric that they've used. And it's not a particularly basic thing to put together. I mean, it's all straight lines. There's no curves or anything. So that would be advanced, I would think. It is all straight lines, but there's a lot of them. And they can quite easily end up not joining together. So I've done, I'll show you. These are joined together. And the strips are, how cute is that? Dun, dun, dun. There are 9 of these in a strip. And there are 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12. So that's a row. There's 9 in a row. And there's 12 rows. There we go. That's what I was trying to say. So, and I have got, I think, 4 full strips done. So these are all like, do you know, I have got quite a lot done. I think I'm beyond halfway. I better double check that. I'll do that after I get off from use. But these are like, these have still got to be done. So these become this square. And then this square gets joined to these, and then they then all get joined together. And then once you've done that, you then put one big long strip, the rows, job done, happy days. And then you just quilt, wad it, backing, quilt it, bind it, and you're done. If only it was that fast. But that's what I'm planning on doing tomorrow, depending on how productive my evening goes. So watch this space. What is everybody else going to be doing this weekend? Anybody else got some selfish sewing planned? What about some camping? Is it camping weather? Elaine, are you out in Eunice tonight? For anybody that's watching and doesn't know, Eunice is the name of Elaine's motorhome. E-W-E-U-ness. U for sheep, because she's got a sheep. So I just think that's so cute. Anyway, let's get to the point. I don't know if you're going to be able to see this. Dun, dun, dun. Now, I know, maybe. Right, so this is this month's box. Normally, it's got some nice tape or washi tape on it, so it looks like a bit of a present. I've already opened the end just for speed. Dun, dun, dun. Dun, dun, dun. What's in the box? Right, okay. Now, as I said, if you have not got your box yet, then you might want to go make a cup of tea and come back later. Okay? But let me just tell you what's inside this. And the fabric. Right, so we have got some thread, not a surprise, a bobbin to put the thread on, pack of Schmetz needles. I love Schmetz, they're my favourite, especially because of the whole colour coded thing going on. Let me just, hang on. So, I'm just going to tell you this, sidetracked again. So, I don't know if you can see on there, but above where it says Schmetz, there's different colours. These are universal, and there are different colours. So the 270s are yellow, the 280s are orange, and the 90 is blue, and there's only one colour. And you can get this really useful little chart off Google, and it tells you what they mean. So at a glance, you can tell what the needle is for, whereas most of the other brands doesn't tell you anywhere on it what type of needle it is. If you use a magnifying glass, it will tell you the size, but it won't tell you what the actual usage of the needle is, whereas this colour-coded system does that. So if there's only one colour on it, it means it's a universal needle, and the colour relates to the size. If there's two colours, the top colour is what type of needle and the bottom colour is the size. So you get all different types of needles: stretch, jersey, jeans, leather, microtex, quilting, embroidery, metallic, top stitch, and various others. Double-eyed needle, I don't know what colours they are because they're not on here. But they're like your bog standard ones. So it means you can tell at a glance what needle is in case you've not taken it out. I try to take my needle out if I'm not going to use it for a while, and then it's like start a fresh project with a fresh needle, but I'm not always good at that, I have to be honest. But anyway, that's just today's top tip. Schmetz needles, you can buy them from me or any half decent sewing shop, I would think, and I really like them and they're my go-to. Anyway, back to the box. Schmetz needles, a zip, I think it's 8 inches, an 8-inch zip, handmade with love button, a bit of 1-inch elastic, tea bag, and then we've got 1/2 metre of this lovely Lewis and Irene fabric, and I don't know if it tells me on it what make it is. Oh, hang on. No, I've missed it. Must be on the other half. Oh, no. Nope, doesn't tell me. Anyway, this gorgeous ditzy print, quite a small print. And then another 1/2 metre, again, Lewis and Irene Bumbleberry, and this is in a kind of light grey colour. So, with those in mind, I'll do a wee recap. What do you think the guys are going to be making this month? So we have got, now, I always put up to, normally there's at least 1 metre of fabric in the box. That doesn't mean that the project will use the full metre. I just feel from a value for money point of view, to get a full metre of fabric means that you can use it for something else. So sometimes one of the projects we made was this. Now, how much fabric does that take? I mean, you can make that out your scrap bag, which meant that all the fabric that came in the box, in theory, you could keep for a completely different project, and quite a substantial project, because a metre of fabric can go quite far. So yeah, we've made a variety of quite small projects, meaning that there's a lot of fabric left. So anyway, recap. We have got 2 different fabrics, okay? We have a bit of elastic. And we have a zip, okay? And everything else is just the sort of complementary thread, needles, etc. So I want to know from you guys what you think it's going to be. And if you want to know if you've guessed correctly, sign up for my newsletter, and it will all be revealed in the newsletter. Or probably next month on Tea with Faye. So, what do you make of that then? So, hopefully there's going to be, Elaine's already said, hopefully there is going to be several of these having a go at this over the weekend. The instructions are written and ready to upload to the Facebook group. The video's in progress. So depending on how successful I am with that today will depend on how quickly you're going to get that tomorrow. So yeah, it'd be lovely if we can get some people finishing that over the weekend. Last month's project I'm going to share with you now, which will be available on the website from tomorrow, hopefully, if I can work out how to do it. Last month's project, and some people have already made this, which is fantastic. I just take all the stuff out of it. Dun, 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 is this cute little storage basket. And what we've done here is we've quilted as you go, is the skill, quilt as you go. So basically I've just incorporated that into the instructions to make this nice quilt as you go panel that goes all the way around, and the bottom has been quilted as well. So this is quite a good way just to get a bit of practice doing like even quilting, and the different techniques and tools to use. So what I used was the walking foot with the bar. I don't think I've got one handy. So basically, I have nothing. I have nothing to demonstrate. I will do a little video about it later. But basically, there's a bar on the side, and you use that as the guide to make sure that all your rows of stitching are equal distance apart without having to draw all the lines on. So it's really clever and saves you quite a lot of time. And I do like time-saving tips. So I'm just putting all of this back in here, and it fits loads in it. Really useful for storing a variety of things. You could use it to store dressmaking patterns. You could, once you've got the pattern to do the basics, you can then adjust it to different heights, you know, bigger, smaller. You can literally just, the world is your oyster, but this just gives you the base to start it off with and learning the new skill. So that will be available on the website tomorrow, all going well. And if you wanted a box, I can also do you a box with last month's pattern and fabric and everything in it that you need to make that up. So you'll be able to order that via the website from tomorrow. And or if you wanted this month's mystery box, then you're also able to do that on the website from well, that's already available. So you can already buy that now. So that is all I have for you today. Thank you very much for taking time out of your day to choose to spend it with me, whether that be live or on replay. I really appreciate it. Please like and comment and share this with anybody else that you think might be interested in what I've got to say, or just, you know, for a little bit of crafty, uplifting fabric time, because we all need a little bit of, you can't help but smile with a bit of fabric, can you? But anyway, I'm going to love you and leave you for now. And I'm going to go and work myself to the bone to get everything finished for all my lovely members tomorrow for the big reveal. So have a fabulous weekend. Hopefully the weather's going to get a bit nicer. And I will see you all next Friday on Tea with Fee, if not in person sometime between now and then. So thanks for watching. Bye.